So again, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna save this as robot UVs 025. And now I'm just gonna quickly check is anything fine with my UVs everywhere. And another important thing you want to do is go to face mode by going on UVs and pressing 3 on the keyboard, or number 3, or with 1 you can go to vertices, to edges, and with 3 you can go to faces. And once you're on faces, you want to select and then select overlapped faces. If you have something that's overlapped, for example, if I somehow managed to by mistake overlap something slightly like this, and like this you don't notice it, but if you zoom you can see it. But for example, sometimes when you work and when you're tired, and if it's 5 AM in the morning, for example, you may not see this. So if you select overlapped, you can notice that it will automatically select you overlapped faces, and it's gonna just highlight them so to grab your attention, so you can go and see, oh, there's a problem, so I have to fix it. I can select the element and just move it a little bit back and make sure nothing's in conflict with anything else. Now if I select overlap it, you will see that there's nothing overlapped. The reason you do this check is, well, you don't want to have overlapped things, because when we start to project, you want each piece to have unique projection, and if this is overlapped on this one, they're gonna get blended, and you don't want the chest piece, for example, to get blended in with the leg or something else, because later on when you get to the texture area, you're gonna have a lot of problems with that. So okay, my UVs are down, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna convert this to poly now, and now I'm gonna go and detach all those elements individually. So first of all, convert this to poly, select this and detach. Or actually, first, since we fixed this, just save it one more time, override the 0.25, or actually no, we're gonna name this robot baking 0.25, because we got to the stage where we're gonna start to bake those things. So we're gonna save this, and now I'm just gonna detach all those elements individually. So this is gonna be one piece, this is gonna be another one, another one, another one. I'm just detaching all those pieces to individual elements, and in a second I'm gonna show you why. Right now let's do the same thing with the head, with this piece, with this one, the helmet, the eyes, and do the same things for the bottom. Make sure when you select them, you don't want to move them by accident. That's why when I detach things, I just press X to deactivate my move. So once I select something, it's much more difficult for me to move it. You can still move it, just it's a little bit harder. I just toggle it off by pressing X, and I'm gonna detach the other pieces. So this one, and we're gonna leave the leg, and probably this should be detached, and we're gonna leave the leg like this. So now if I press H, I have all those objects. There is a reason why I don't name them. I'm gonna show in a second, because we're just gonna place those, and since we work with layers, in the end all those things are going to be merged again, so you don't want to spend time naming all those things. If you want to go ahead, I don't mind, but since you're the only person who's gonna work with those files, you have to learn how to be very efficient and quick. There's nothing to be lazy about, it's just spend time in something else instead of spending time in something you're only you're gonna probably see. So working with layers for me is one of the best efficient ways, because this way I can hide this and I can unhide all my high poly parts. The advantages of this is I can unhide this and hide the folders, and now I can select all those and move them in place and place them, and later on I can export all those together and do all the things I need to do to get them baked. We're gonna get in that stage, but first of all I just want to explain quickly why I don't name those things at this stage. So I'm gonna hide the high polys, and now if I unhide the high poly of the leg, I can select those two pieces and I can move them, and then I can hide this again. And once we start to bake, I'm gonna throw all those pieces in different places of the scene. The reason I'm gonna do this is I want, when I start to bake all those things, to have the proper projections of all those things at once. And now I'm just gonna press Ctrl Z, and right now I'm gonna toggle this off and on, and just gonna hide the low poly for a second. Actually, not hide the similar geometry, I'm just gonna hide the low poly, and I'm gonna hide the floaters and the high poly robot. Basically, what's in the similar geometry, I don't need it. You can forget about it at this stage. So right now I want to make sure that my turbo smooth is off of all those pieces, and since I have the floaters, we already did the low poly modeling and all those things, so we're getting to the stage where I want all those pieces with the floating geometries to be one mesh entirely. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this, convert it to poly, and attach my floaters. We're getting to the stage where we not gonna need the folders as separated pieces, so I'm just gonna convert it and attach it. Select this and convert to poly and attach, and now do the same thing for the arm. Convert to poly and attach, and the rest is just the head. The reason why we do this like that is, once I get to the low poly, I just want to select this piece along with the low poly piece and just move it back and put it in place, and then prepare it for baking, which we're gonna do just in a second. So okay, all those pieces are separated now. So now I can grab the hand, grab the body, grab the leg, and know that all those pieces are properly placed. Like for example, grab the hands, grab the finger. Probably for the finger, I'm just gonna convert this to poly, and I'm gonna detach this. And for those pieces, I don't need those elements, because we're just gonna have one sphere. I'm gonna delete this and select this one and convert to poly and delete this sphere as well. So all those are now properly done. I just need to select all of them and convert them to poly. And now while I have all those selected, I'm gonna go to manage layers and select high poly robot layer, and I'm just gonna add anything in there just in case, anything I have selected. And where I have the floating geometry layer, I'm gonna delete it. I don't need it anymore, because right now we're getting to the baking stage. So all those pieces which we have left are the pieces we need to make the robot. And after we bake anything, probably some of you got confused why we just do those pieces. Well, before I continue, I'm just gonna explain quickly. The reason we do those pieces is we do only the necessary pieces we need for the robot, and all the other parts for like joints here and on the arm and the other fingers, we can do from the pieces we just have baked. So basically we leave anything we need to bake and after we bake anything, we're gonna assemble the robot again using the baked parts. We're gonna make the same parts on the other side and everything else. With few words, we just leave anything we need for the texturing area, and after that we're just gonna apply it on the other side and duplicate all those pieces that we need. So right now I'm gonna select anything, I'm gonna apply turbo smooth on it. You can see that anything looks kind of okay. A little bit turbo smooth it. I'm gonna add two iterations, and I'm just gonna hit Z to see it like this. So we're gonna leave it like this, and in our next chapter we're gonna move on and start to place all those things and move them into space.